9-year-old Sarah had always been proud of her family's tradition of making paper airplanes. Her grandfather taught her that the best planes were made with sharp, precise folds and flew in perfectly straight lines. Sarah was convinced this was the only right way to make them. When her school announced an international festival where students would share traditions from their family's cultures, Sarah was excited to demonstrate her airplane-making skills. She was sure everyone would be amazed by her perfect technique. On festival day, Sarah set up her booth with confidence. She showed the first group of children her precise folding method, expecting them to be impressed. But Maya, a girl from her class, watched quietly and then said, "In my grandmother's village in India, we make paper birds that spiral and dance in the air instead of flying straight." Sarah frowned. "But that's not how you're supposed to make them," she insisted. "Airplanes should fly straight and far." Maya smiled gently and showed Sarah her technique. Her paper creation looked nothing like Sarah's airplane. It had curved wings and was folded in a completely different way. When Maya tossed it, the paper bird swirled and twirled through the air like it was dancing. Sarah was about to say it was wrong when she noticed something wonderful. Children were laughing and clapping as they watched the dancing bird. Their faces were filled with joy and wonder. Then Carlos, another classmate, approached. "My family makes paper boats that can actually float," he said, showing them how to fold paper into tiny vessels. "We race them in puddles during the rainy season." Sarah felt confused. She had always believed there was only one correct way to fold paper, but here were her friends showing her completely different methods that were beautiful and fun in their own ways. Mrs. Rodriguez, their teacher, noticed Sarah's puzzled expression. "Isn't it amazing how the same piece of paper can become so many different wonderful things?" she asked. "Each family has found their own special way to create joy." Sarah looked around the festival and saw students sharing music, foods, games, and art from their cultures. Everything was different, yet everything was special and meaningful to someone. She took a deep breath and asked Maya, "Could you teach me how to make your dancing bird?" Maya's face lit up. "Of course! And maybe you could show me your straight flying technique too?" Soon, Sarah's booth became the most popular spot at the festival. Children were learning to make traditional airplanes, dancing birds, and floating boats. Sarah discovered that when different ideas came together, something magical happened. Everyone learned something new and had more fun than ever before. By the end of the day, Sarah realized that her grandfather's airplane method was wonderful, but it wasn't the only wonderful way. The world was much more interesting, richer, and more beautiful when people respected and learned from each other's different ideas. Open-mindedness helps us discover that there are many wonderful ways to see and do things. And that was the end of the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.